It was a reunion more than 21 years in the making.
This is the greatest day of my life. I cannot, my heart is just bursting.
Until recently, few people had ever heard of Alison Marie Johnson, a first-time offender sentenced to life in 1996 on charges related to possessing cocaine. But all that began to change a week ago and involves an unlikely heroine.
Right up top, Kim, on top!
Reality TV star Kim Kardashian West.
We want to do anything that we can to get her story out there. She spent over 2 decades behind bars.
After spotting Johnson's case on social media, Kardashian met President Donald Trump to discuss prison reform and to ask that Johnson be released. The meeting was widely criticized by people who questioned how exactly someone like Kardashian could actually help.
I'm feeling no handcuffs, nothing on me.
But on Wednesday, this. An outcome most people did not expect.
I'm free to hug my family. I'm free to live life. I'm free to start over.
Johnson wasn't given a full pardon, but rather a reduced sentence. It's the 7th act of clemency of Trump's presidency, the 2nd with help from a celebrity. But analysts argue Trump hasn't done enough to improve prison and sentencing policies. He recently backed a bipartisan bill critics say doesn't include sentencing reforms that help non-violent drug offenders like Johnson. And the United States still has the highest incarceration rates in the world, with African Americans hit the hardest. Regan Levine's TRT World.
And you can see more on Alice Johnson's case tonight on Nexus with Matthew Moore at 20:30 GMT. They'll be looking at Trump's claim that he could even pardon himself. Well, Gotsch is the Director of Strategic Initiatives, a campaign group against mass incarceration. She says people shouldn't be sentenced to life in prison for non-violent drug offences.
The federal prison system in the United States has a large number of people who are serving time, life without parole sentences for drug offenses. And so even though she's just one person who's gotten relief in this circumstance, it certainly is a good day for her and her family. African Americans are about 5 times more likely to be incarcerated in the United States compared to white Americans. At the federal level, there is an unusual disparity in who is going to prison, who comprises the federal prison population. About half of the people who are incarcerated in federal prison systems, in the federal prison system, are there for drug offenses. And that's not true at the state level, where most people are incarcerated. Most people are there for violent offenses. Yes, Alice Johnson was convicted of an offense, and most people who are incarcerated have been have been rightly convicted of an offense they committed. But the sentence is what we are concerned about. Is it wise to incarcerate someone for life with no opportunity to return home because of a nonviolent offense? What we do know, and research tells us, is that as people age, their likelihood of committing a new crime diminishes dramatically. Alice Johnson is 63 years old. What we know about the life course of criminal behavior is that she is very unlikely to commit another offense. And so is there wisdom in keeping her incarcerated, even though her likelihood of committing another crime is very, very slim?
Turkey has suspended its migrant readmission deal